I actually think that there's this sort of retail dilemma if you think of the big providers,
Yeah.
you know, the ones we all think of, Target, Walmart, you know, Home Depot, and so on, so on and so forth, because they've got a brand to build equity in, and that they want to be known for, you know, certain values. But also it's mostly other brands that they end up showcasing, promoting, or that also need to reflect in all of their content touch points, right? So it's kind
Right.
of this interesting thing where they've got to do both at once, right? They've got to, Home Depot, just as an example, has to lead with their brand so that they're competing with Lowe's, but then
Mhm.
also showcase the Stanley Black and Decker tool that Lowe's probably also sells,
Right.
right? And we've got, you know, there's all sorts of things there where some of our customers might have in the tens of millions of total SKUs managed over thousands of brands that they have to make sense of, and then align it with what is usually called like the promotional calendar, or like what sales and the editorial team are all trying to be in lockstep with, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a total kind of, you know, wild card. And then most of these retail brands don't exist in a silo, right? They've got some kind of partnership, whether it's Target's partnership with Starbucks and Disney and all these other, you know, larger brands that needs to come across. But the other thing I will say, and this could be a retailer of that scale, or it could just be like a mid-size retail brand that's got a couple, you know, brick and mortar stores in key cities. You know, we see a
Mhm.
lot of online brands now starting to launch in New York, LA, Dallas, Chicago, that type of thing. And what they're trying to achieve is what we call personalization at scale. And that's an
Yes.
easy thing to kind of say. And actually, the data part is what they've sort of figured out first. But
Yes.
if they don't have the volume and variety of assets to sort of properly message to each of those segments, then they
Right.
don't actually get it off the ground, right? And the example that Chris and I were joking about is pretty quickly a pet food provider can figure out who's got a small dog versus a large dog, right?
Right.
And if you're getting served imagery for large dog and you've got, you know, a poodle or something, then that's not relevant. You got no business seeing that, you know, picture of the husky, but it happens every single day. And, you know, there's a whole, the studies show, right, that relevant imagery converts at a much higher clip. And so that's what we're talking about with personalization at scale, is actually having the visual content to fit
Right.
your customer segments.